We start. We just start.
Okay.
You can be close to me. So we're here at the cabin, and today I have Gianna here. How awesome is that? It's been a long time. You came yesterday to the cabin here. We were talking late last night, sitting around the campfire, and it was really beautiful. It's good to be together again. It was good to be experiencing all kinds of stuff while apart.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys, to be here.
Yeah, and like usual, there's lots of stuff going on around us. There's never, it seems like it anyways, never a quiet moment. Zora is all curious and wants to know what's going on, and Luka
Shooting things.
like is going around the lake with his crossbow in the search and the pursuit of the big carp. So, and if you guys want to be part of this, it's great. Then you just come here and sit with us. But if you're not, then it would be very nice to have a little space here right now. Yeah? Cool.
And bye.
Bye.
Okay, like usual, we go into these talks without really knowing where we're going. I think in that case, the frame would be that we're father and daughter already for quite a while, for 18 years, pretty much, if not even a little longer. And maybe what's interesting is that as you already know, we lead somewhat of an unconventional life, and Gianna has been in and out of school for many years. And so now you actually were at the graduation of your high school class. So now we're talking about that yesterday a little bit.
Yeah.
How different it is once the school times are over, and then schoolers and unschoolers turn into people.
Normal adults together.
Yeah.
Before there is a certain separation. Like I'm unschooling, you guys are in high school, and then there's the homeschoolers. I feel like there's certain separation between us. And my class finally graduated from high school like a month ago, and it felt like, oh, it doesn't matter anymore. We're all just adults together now. We don't have to separate ourselves from each other. Just live life, make new experiences and connections.
So you felt a shift in yourself and your perception, but also probably in their perception of you, huh?
Yeah. I don't know, it didn't matter as much, I felt like, that I left. Because first, maybe this is just my perspective, but I felt like when I left school and left the country, I felt like I was deserting them. And I just said bye and left.
Not only them, but also your family in
well,
a way.
Yeah, you guys, but I mean, I Skyped with you guys and I stayed in contact, but with people in school, I was a little more distant just because I needed to get out of there for a little while. But coming back was so sweet because I'm like, you're part of my life. You know me. You've had experiences with me. I don't know. It's sweet to see everybody again. And it's a lot different now because no one's in school. It's not like I'm the only one who's the odd one out. Now we're all kind of in the same boat-ish.
Yeah, and even beyond that, and just what comes to my mind right now, even there was probably a sort of a separation even when you were together in school at some point. Or did you feel like you were always like a part of?
I always felt a little weird.
Because it's not something that happens suddenly, I would think, no?
No.
It's a gradual process of And you never really wanted to go to school either, or did you ever
No.
enjoy going to school?
Not once.
Not even in
No, I
kindergarten?
mean, I have respect for my teachers, and I'm thinking, well, their school is probably a lot better than the alternative for me.
Mm.
But still, even at that, I didn't. There were certain days that I liked being there, but mostly for the social side of it. The only reason, because I didn't go to 5th or 6th grade, and then the only reason I went back to school, the one and only reason, was because I needed to be social and have a social life.
That is
That's
difficult.
the only thing I missed about school, was being around my family, like my friend family.
I hear that actually a lot from unschoolers or homeschoolers, that really nobody misses out on academic education and intellectual accumulation of superficial knowledge, but it is the hanging out with your peers, with people your own age, which I also realized in Bali, being with Luka, and there would be so much potential. It's such a beautiful place, and then everyone goes to school, and then like Luka sits there all by himself. And you haven't really experienced it so much. Well, you have actually in earlier years.
Yeah.
Not in Bali, but
Not in Bali. Yeah. No. I get that.
But when you went to Peru with us, you were sort of old enough that you would like orient yourself towards older people then, huh? So people that were already out of school.
I was the age of Luka. We just different people.
Mm-hmm.
So I was exactly as old as Luka is right now, except I just always gravitated towards different ages. All of my friends are older than me, and I like it that way. I don't know. I don't have much in common, really, I feel like, with very young people like me. I'm just a little different. I'm a different breed, I guess. You guys raised me different, and I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess if you have all the space to experience who you are and are allowed to go explore certain limits and the unknown, you also probably have a lot more expansion and growth, and then through that, people that are confined in a system that controls and regulates, it's sort of held back, I suppose, and then it's difficult to find a common ground. Lucas says this too, like all they can talk about is their cell phones in school, and that's a little boring for him, and I can totally relate to that.
Yeah. There's not much of a topic, really.
And it makes total sense too, of course, of what else is there in the school times. You know, there's school that you really don't want to go to, but it's all there is in your life. So, of course, you talk about what is, and then to distract yourself, you're on your cell phone, so you can make it through another day. And you're sort of getting ready for the real life after school, where, you know, like your job will replace the school time. Except
so true. So true. Yeah. Dang. Wow, yeah, totally true. It's work. I work all the time. It keeps me distracted. It keeps me busy. Making money. It's kind of my goal right now, but it still takes away all my time to, I don't know, express myself differently and artfully.
Totally.
Is there a turtle? Oh, it's a flower.
A flower turtle.
Yeah.
You used to be the turtle.
I'm still the turtle.
You are still the turtle. Yeah. Yeah. So there was a shift, and maybe I'll say who doesn't know it. We went to Peru to live there for half a year in the Sacred Valley. 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago, something about 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Stayed there for 6 months.
Yeah.
came back to the States, and after a while I was like, I don't like this, let's go back. And
but you left also then when we decided we would go to, or even before we decided we go anywhere.
I was like, okay, peace, I need to get out of here. And you guys probably like maybe a couple weeks later were like, oh, I guess we can go to Bali. And then by then I was already in California, trying to figure out a way to get down to South America again. Last time I was there, stayed for 8 months, and I really feel like my family's down there. Just my extra family, you know.
The world tribe, huh?
Right. Like everyone I met while traveling lives in different countries now, and it's kind of hard because I miss them, and they're just all scattered. So if you meet people traveling, they're gonna keep traveling.
But sooner or later they'll catch up with you again.
Right.
Kyle came to
Kyle?
Yeah, from Peru. Like with the hung.
Interesting, yeah.
We hung out with him in Bali. Not anymore. Now he's back in Canada.
It's a really big one.
Dragonfly. So we are running into people, you know, over and over again in the kind of migration around the globe. Nobody's really of the new, I'd call it the new generation maybe. We don't really live in one place, and I carry my home within me, and wherever I am is home. You know, I make sure that that it is a place that feels like home, that matches my vibration. And there's certain places on the planet that qualify for that. For example, the Sacred Valley, or Guatemala was like this, Lago Atitlan.
It was so easy to integrate into Guatemala too. Just like one day, and I was like, okay, this is my home. Versus Madison, I'm finally finding a base, and I feel like it can be my home now after a good 7 or 8 months of just little confusion, and I'm not really sure what I'm doing, so but now I feel like, I don't know, I have more stability, and I feel like it could become my home, even though I'm going to leave again soon, because I don't ever want to stop traveling.
Yeah, and probably what I hear is Madison, although it's a cool city, but it's like if you go towards like the vibrational hubs where the world tribe circles around, that are our family, then Madison would not be on that map. You know, there's a whole different vibration there.
Yeah.
It's a lot denser. It's also cool. It's a great experience, and you wanted to know how it feels to dive into like the real world or the conventional. So
learn how to do taxes.
How do you do taxes? I have no idea.
I'm still a little confused about that one. But
you come a little closer, Jen. Otherwise, we'll lose you.
Off the side of the raft.
Yeah, before splooch. Okay, I guess that's the end of the talk. Not too bad. She was a good girl, though.
Stop.
Yeah. So how did it feel? How is it still feeling? And how come you choose to leave it? And do you want to share some about that?
Madison? I chose to go to Madison mainly because I didn't want to go back to California, honestly. And
now that's what you do, though, huh? That's kind of funny how it always happens.
I'm not going there to live, I'm going there to work. So that's a totally different thing. Hopefully I'll only be there for a month and then I'll get out of there. It's only for the purpose of making money because I feel like I need money right now to travel. If I want to travel, I'm going to try and make that happen however I can. So I gravitated towards Madison because I thought, hey, it's in Wisconsin. I have family around there, people to kind of have my back and support me and help me out if I need it. And then I got here and I was like, oh, wait, my family's in Bali. But I have my grandparents and my aunts and uncles here, and they've been lovely and amazing for me to be around. And it's a place
that you know, sort of.
And it's my home. Yeah. I think I'll never stop coming back to Wisconsin. Because even if I find another place that I like more or that I have more connections with, I'll always have to come back here. It's in my blood. I'm a Wisconsinite.
Yeah, I would not confine myself to I will always do this, but I agree. We will come back, or we are
Yeah,
coming back.
doesn't mean I'm gonna come back every year. It's gonna be like, well, maybe in like 5 years I'll be like, hey, what about Wisconsin? Let's go back there.
Yeah, we have this beautiful place here, the house by the lake, and look at the lake. It's totally quiet, unless Luca's spearfishing around
Right.
there, but otherwise, or shouts at turtles that are not turtles. And otherwise, it's super quiet here. It's lovely to be here. I'm really happy to have this place also. We would not just leave Bali for nothing.
Right.
It's in a
Gotta
different
have
way.
a good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, and last night what we talked about too, and it just came to me, like leaving medicine, done sort of with a chapter of trying out the mainstream world. Are you done with it, or do you feel like done with it, or would you want to tap into that again?
I honestly kind of like it, even though it's difficult. It gives me a sense of purpose for the time being, because I'm not quite sure what I want to do. So for now, to my purpose being making money, it's like, okay, I know how to do the steps to get there. Just work and be responsible. I think it gives me a purpose, so I like it. I don't have to do too much like searching within myself at the moment, because that kind of scares me. I feel like I know enough about myself for right now. I can find out more later, but for the time being, like, just to be a little mainstream is okay with me. I'm enjoying it. I like my jobs. Mostly, yeah. I like where I live. I don't know. It's good there. I'm excited to leave, but that's mostly because adventures are always better than sitting around in your house. Or on a porch somewhere.
Of catching the bus, come on.
Adventure of the bus. Actually, it is an adventure.
I'm sure it is.
All the homeless people who come in there, like, I know all of them. They're kind people, but sometimes they get a little excited. And then it really makes it interesting.
Sure.
I don't know. Madison has a lot of creative, kooky people for being a college town.
Maybe especially.
Maybe especially.
I mean, a bunch of the cookies are the students, no?
The students are more, they kind of just do their thing. They go to school, they go to bars. That's their thing. The more cookie people they just come out of the woodwork somehow. They just appear on State Street, and you're like, whoa, where did you come from? This is so rare. It's interesting. I don't know, I like to talk to the people on State Street and get to know, like, why they're there. I think they appreciate it that somebody stops to talk to them. Yeah, I don't know.
So how do you feel? Do you feel sometimes, oh, I wish I would have gone to school or something, or do you, is that holding you back at times, or do you feel like, oh, if my parents only would have pushed me? And I'm actually really curious. I don't want to hear like everything is great, but honest.
Yeah, I mostly feel very good about not going to school, because I just don't get along with how it works. I just don't learn that way. But when I was at graduation for my class, I did have a feeling of, wow, I should be graduating with you, like the should again. Like, oh, I should do this and I should do that. And I felt like somehow, I don't know if it was guilty. It was guilty about not finishing something that is so easy and normal to finish. You just stick with it and you're done.
Do you feel like it's easy?
It's not easy. It's just it's just something that everyone does, so it can't be that hard. I didn't think it was easy, but I don't know. I felt like, oh, I should be there with you. I should be doing this rite of passage with you guys. And instead I'm in the audience just observing, and I felt, I don't know, like I excluded myself somehow. That was not a very good feeling, but it's okay, because I felt it fully, and let it go, and it's okay now. Trying to do more of that. Really, if I feel something, just really feeling it strong and powerfully, and then letting it go and being okay with it. It's pretty hard, actually.
Yeah, we were talking about last night how difficult it's for you to share your feelings, huh? Like even with yourself, to allow them in the first place, or even to communicate to other people how you're feeling, huh? It's a challenge.
Yeah, to me it's always easier to be like, oh nope, we don't need to think about that right now. Let's not discuss this. We're fine. So I'm trying really hard to just be like, okay, everything is not fine, but we can work through it, and it will be fine in the future. And that's really hard for me because I'd rather just forget about it, pretend it didn't happen. Nope, nothing. It just seems easier to me, but then again, it's not long term. Long term, it's probably worse.
Yeah, and I can very much relate to that feeling, and we were sharing that also last night around the campfire. I'm also coming from a place of like, I'd much rather walk away from any uncomfortable situation than sticking with it and feeling what's in it. And only, in the last years did I realize that actually not walking away from it, but sticking around, I get to grow and expand a lot more through staying with the uncomfortable and the unknown, and feel what really is behind that uncomfortable, what is hidden behind it. So very cool process, and we were talking about that too. And down the line, it was really cool how we got to talk about the Ibiza retreat too that we'll have in October, 14th of October, 5-day immersion presence workshop retreat. And so did you come up with it, or did I? That you should just come and be part of this.
Oh no, you were like, you should come. Would you like to come? I was like, yeah, I think I'd enjoy that. Didn't really think about it much. I was like, I think I'll enjoy that. I don't know. I want to go to Ibiza anyways.
Yeah.
And I want to spend time with you and my family more. But I haven't really, thought about it that hard. Yeah. I just was so surprised. I thought that you guys were going to a retreat, but no, you're holding a retreat. You are the facilitators. Wow. It's so exciting to me.
Very cool, yeah.
As a retreat goer once in a while in my life, to be the person leading it, you have so much attention on you, and everyone's just soaking up what you have to say. I think that's awesome. I think you have some really good things to say. Same with Mama. She just talks a lot more than you.
No, I can talk a lot.
I know.
But it's really not in the talking anyways. That's my point. It's in the presence. It's in the what is happening between the words. But to shut off your mind, I talk, because your mind's kind of grabbing onto this, and then it sort of goes quiet, and then you can actually be. And through that beingness, you can tap into presence more. And that is actually the healing part, I think, anyway. So that's why stuff is movement is the stillness and the quiet, the presence, the expansion, which is really cool. So it'll be exciting. I would be very excited to have you there. And I also, and that has been my vision for a long time, but you've been also aware of it, that I feel like we have future work together, where I feel like being ready so early as you are, and for this next step of really stepping into your power, into who you really are, and accepting the gift that you carry into this world. And I think this will be even, this immersion retreat will even catapult you beyond, and then you be ready to share that, share it also. That's what we do,
Yeah.
We just share what we experience, this beautiful transformation of becoming fully awake, fully present. And that is a beautiful thing to experience for oneself, but then to share that with other people, and ideally, be a family. Maybe get Luka on there. I feel like Luka is going to be part of that. Zora, anyways.
Yeah.
And how cool would that be? And I don't even know exactly. I don't even want to know how that looks like. But I feel like there's something there. I don't know even when. Who knows? But I feel like that's where it's moving towards.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, or even fast and furiously. You never know. It might just hit you like a sledgehammer, or all of us. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
The whole family.
Yeah.
Working together.
Yeah, and I think that's also what I've been experiencing as a father and a member of a family. That is way more than raising your kids and somehow make it through the difficult years and make sure that your kids are set up for financial success, which might happen or not. Most likely, in 99% of the cases, it doesn't work, or maybe even more. But anyways, from that picture of like you are as a parent raising and educating your children and teaching them and all that stuff, to a place of we're actually co-creating realities together. Like we're all
teaching each other things.
Yeah, not even teaching, but through who we are, by allowing to come through who we are.
But you're still learning things.
We have this going on. What is teaching and learning, huh?
And educating, because if I'm learning something, I feel like I'm being educated or I'm being taught. It doesn't have to be a lesson. It just has to be like, oh, I learned something, so that was a lesson. Yeah. And I was educated by that. I mean, not by a teacher, but by an action or by a person or by my own thoughts. I think if I say, yeah, we teach each other, it's not like I'm giving you lessons and you're giving me lessons. It's like we both learned from each other, so we taught each other.
Yeah. Which I would express as we share our experiences and our perceptions and emotions with each other, and grow and witness each other's growth and realizations through that inspiration, realization. But it's the same. I hear it's now I understand it better too.
It's a play on words.
Not even play, but it's like that's how we describe maybe the same energy.
Yeah.
And that's through you getting clearer about it, or yeah. Because in a traditional sense, we're not teaching and learning, but how you explained it, I totally understood. It's the same one.
It's just a very literal way of describing it, whereas like I don't use the word energy, but you do. It's basically the same thing. I think that everything is, we're all matter. We're all energy. Whether you describe it differently or not doesn't really matter. It's the same thing to me.
Yeah.
Personally.
Matter.
I don't know.
Yeah, we all matter. So might as well.
We all are matter and we all matter.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to share? And to just take a little moment too, if you just think about or feel it's a thing coming up, any kind of experience that you, because this is pretty cool for the people here to get to hear it firsthand from somebody who made it, at least part-time, unschooled through life, and is now at a stage where school is over. And is there any kind of like wisdom or any kind of realization that you feel strongly and would like to share?
I don't know about wisdom, but how I feel about it is right now, just do what you want. That's my new motto. Because if I'm not doing what I want, then I'm unhappy. And that is pointless. Be happy. What are we here for? To experience life and be happy. So if you're doing something that you don't like or that is harmful in any way to yourself or others, like just stop. Just do what you want. If you don't want to go to school, don't go to school. You'll learn other ways. You'll find out what you're actually interested in learning, and you'll go and study that by yourself or with find a mentor. There's other ways to educate yourself, and I don't think you need to do it the traditional way because it's not always best. It's good for some people. It's not good for others. It's just how it is. So for me, it's do what you want in this moment. In this moment, I'm super happy to sit here, and I want to be, well, actually, I want to be swimming, and I'm not swimming right now, but I will soon. If I'm being completely honest, right now I want to be swimming.
Well, let's do it.
So
there we go.
Let's go swimming.
Get naked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, bathing suit, whatever. Yeah. Thank you so much. That was lovely.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like it's wisdom. I feel like it's just like, just use your logic. Like, yeah.
Oh, God.
Really? To me, it's like logical. Like, just do what you want.
That is not logical. You might run into problems, and your mind would tell you, like, better safe than sorry. Now I got her into another conversation here. We can't go swim until you...
Dang it, I mean.
No, it's okay to swear here, too. Why not?
Yeah, I've been trying to swear less, and it's really hard because it's just how I express myself.
Like, make a strong statement. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it's not logic. Maybe logic is just how I explain something else that's going on.
That would make more sense to me. Yeah.
Because to me, I explain it as like, that is logical. Like, I don't want to be unhappy. Mm-hmm. So logically, to be happy, I'm going to do what I want. That's maybe just how I explain that.
And maybe it is that way
process.
Also for you. Maybe it is a logical thing right now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. In the past, for me, logical would be the more strict sense of the word of like, this is the smart thing to do, and this is the least risks, and this will cause less damage. That kind of like thought process. That's how it was in the past. But now I feel more like, I don't know. It's a good feeling to just be like, I'm gonna do what I want, and it's logical to me.
Intuition is the new logic. How about that?
Oh my God, intuition.
At 40, it's the new 20.
It's just okay.
No, maybe not.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe it's just intuition.
And really, it doesn't even matter.
Whatever. It's the difference between sense and sensibility. Rena and I were just talking about this. Is because we had the book in front of us. It's like, what's the difference? And I was like, well, one is your intuition and your feelings, and the other one is your sensibility, your thoughts, and your calculations. It's a huge difference between them. I get it.
Yeah, and then again, it really doesn't matter as long as you just do what makes you... I call it like, follow my heart. Huh?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it might make me happy to eat like a shitload of brownies, and then I feel like crap afterwards, So my heart would probably not tell me to eat the brownies, but my cravings or my addictions get me there. Huh? So there's a little difference between that, but it's a whole different can of worms. Talking about can of worms, Chief was getting ready to fish. Huh? You might have to support him in that endeavor.
No, we're gonna go swimming.
First swimming, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Enough. Huh? All right. Ciao.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for talking.
Yeah, it was interesting. Nice to be here.
Maybe do more of it. Huh? Who knows? Huh? And we're just gonna do a little move out into like.
Do a little move out.